November GTA real estate data is bad, but just how bad? Let's take a look. So on the screen, you'll see that this is the comparison between November and October real estate data. And right off the bat, you can see sales is down, okay? Not only is down year over year by almost 16%, but it's also down month over month from 6,100 to 5,000 only, okay? So that's a pretty significant drop in terms of transactions. New listings is actually not terrible. It dropped from last year 4% and it dropped from last month by about 5,000. So you can see we're getting into the holiday mode, right? So sellers are not actually putting their listings on the market anymore. They're starting to get ready for the holidays, maybe relist next year in the springtime, right? So that's why every spring there's usually a listing rush, but November, December, January usually have fewer listings. So that's why sometimes, there's the odd weeks in December, actually the market heats up a little bit because there's not a lot of listings and there's some buyers who are just kind of wanting to make a deal before the year end. So that happens sometimes. So keep in mind, December could have a few good weeks. And active listings, so right now we have 24,000 and that's up from last year by almost 17% and down from last month. From October, it's down by 3,000. Okay, so not terrible. And average price is 1.04 million, which is down 6.4% from last year and down about 15,000 from last month. Okay, so January, November, we can see it's a downward trend, continuing this downward trend, and not only from last year, but continuing this year's, like ever since the summer, the price and sales have just been tanking, and that's kind of like a recent surprise to most people because we all thought, hey, when we start cutting rates, the market is gonna pick up, right? Nope. Recent half a year has been terrible in terms of the market, and we can see that it actually broke through new records. You can see on this graph, this is the Toronto benchmark price, and this is for the last 5-6 years. And we can see that ever since this big ramp up from COVID in 2021, and then it had this big spike in 22. But from where it started to where it dropped to, it kind of stopped at this little over 1.2 million level. And it has been sticking to this support line, right, between 23 and 24. And the most recent half a year, ever since May 25, it's just been dropping and dropping. So this is a surprise to most people. Like, we're cutting rates, why are we doing even worse, right, in terms of our pricing? Just a lot more sellers don't want to wait anymore. They're just letting go of their properties for cheaper than what they wanted to sell before. So that's kind of a surprising trend that we're seeing. But once it breaks through the support line, then as we know, like, it's hard to predict where it's gonna go, but it does not look optimistic, right? From any kind of investment, chart analysis, if you're looking at a stock or trading perspective, breaking through support lines is usually a bad sign, right? And if we're looking at between 905 and the 416 area, 416, like Toronto semi-detached and townhomes, in terms of sales, is actually doing the best. Okay, it's actually even more buyers transacting, buying these starter freehold homes compared to last year. But everything else, like detached condos, are all down a lot, right, from last year. Condos are even down 20% from last year in terms of sales. And you can see that for 416 and 905, 905 condos are dropping more than 416 in terms of pricing, because 905 pricing is still looks higher. Like, downtown has been dropping a lot already. So downtown is getting more stable, and because people are returning to work to downtown, there's more demand for downtown condos. So downtown pricing is actually more stable, but 905 surrounding areas condo pricing are dropping very fast. And we can see that continuing, seeing that trend in November. So just wanted to share with you high level on the data for November GTA real estate market. If you like this kind of content, subscribe, give it a like. Until next time, ciao.